Welcome back to the channel, and in today's episode we're going to the final round of the 2023 WA Rally Championship. Round 6 of the State Rally Championship. Where on earth has that time gone? Already all these events have blasted by. This time around we went to Collie, the coal mining town, for the Experts Cup Rally, the final round of the season, and it would be the decider for the State Rally Championship, the two-wheel drive State Rally Championship and the Clubman Series as well. We'll talk about that all a bit further in. Conditions this time around were not wet and muddy like they have been for the last few years. In fact, the total opposite, dry and dusty and very loose, and the surface was very powdery, and some competitors really struggled with that. We'll talk about that a bit further in. Initially, entries to the event had been in the high 40s. However, there'd been a few withdrawals before the rally started, and that dropped it down to the low 40s. State competitors would run 2 stages, run 3 times to give a total of about 105 competitive kilometres, and clubmen would do 4 stages and have a shade under 70 kilometres competitive during the day. The opening group of 2 stages is where the drama began for some competitors. Unfortunately for Declan Madigan and Steve Kelly, they didn't get far, stage 1, and they had a blown engine in their STI hatch. Cam Pusey and Ben Madliner suffered a similar fate in their Legacy RS when the engine let go only 500 metres into stage 2. Keith Hamilton and Dave Humphreys had trouble with their WRX with a horrible misfire which led to retirement. And Joe McElroy and Chris Parrish, well, they nudged a tree and unfortunately damaged the radiator, and they were out in stage 2 as well. And that wasn't the end of it. Outright championship contenders Craig Rando and Scott Beckwith were pushing hard. Unfortunately, they went off the road and got stuck in stage 2 and lost 17.5 minutes. They did finish the rally, however, it was championship hopes over. Thankfully, at the first service, in our team at least, there wasn't too much drama. It was mostly routine maintenance. Glenn and Max in the VR4 were struggling with the conditions. It was a lot slipperier than they expected. Hugh and Karen were also saying the conditions were slippery. However, they were enjoying being back in the car again after missing a couple of rallies.
Flying finish. Okay, 4 up. Nice work, there was a few off in there.
Tell you what, the notes are good.
Yeah, they were great notes.
Yeah, we're calling them beautifully, mate.
Our newbies, Shane and Dermot, well, they had a little bit of drama when they put their WRX on its side temporarily. They lost only a few seconds. Luckily it came back onto its wheels and they kept on going. However, there was a bit of superficial panel damage.
2 big fat asses. Come on. Yeah, and we couldn't push it back because we're strapped in.
The next group of stages ran a little bit smoother for most of the field. Mike Gigney and Amelia Meebs Jordan, however, had trouble with their Lancer again. An electrical gremlin intervened right at the spectator point of stage 4, and luckily there was plenty of helpers to push the car clear of the road. Righto, onto the Clubman Cup. Designed as an entry level into championship rallying, the Clubman Series has been hotly contested again this year. Going into the Experts Cup, there were theoretically several crews that could have taken the series win. Third place at Experts went to Sam Moody and Dave Christian in their Impreza. Originally awarded the win and then relegated to second place after a later protest, Jack Ryan and Luke Dunkley took second. And taking the top podium spot was Lockie White and Kai Rasmussen in their Daihatsu Charade. This year, however, the outstanding performance had definitely gone to Jack and Luke in their Impreza. In their very first season of rallying, they'd led the Clubman Series since the Forest Rally in May. Not only that, however, with the second place at Experts Cup, they'd taken the win for the overall series, rookie driver and rookie co-driver. A very impressive hat-trick, especially as the boys have done all the work and funded it themselves. So that was 4 stages done, and it was time to come in for the final service before heading out for the remaining 2 stages. The first cars were due to finish around 6:30, and at this time of year that is just on sort of sunset. However, it gets dark in the forest much earlier, so cars further back in the field, it's a best practice to fit lights for the final stages. We also swapped a set of tyres for Shane and Dermot after they picked up their second puncture for the day.
Oh wow.
Yep, that tyre's a bit sad. So, just a wee bit. Right, so that one won't be going back on. Back to the competition and state 2-wheel drive. That not so graceful corner was a returning Brent Dunlop with Riley Griffiths alongside in their well-used Hyundai Elantra. The category was well supported at the Experts Cup, with all sorts of different cars competing on the Wellington Dam stages. During the day, competition was close. There were several teams swapping seconds and trading places over the 6 stages. At rally's end, Todd Payne and Jeremy Edwards had brought their Nissan Silvia S15 to 3rd. Husband and wife Alex and Lisa White brought their Nissan Silvia S13 to 2nd place and also took the 2-wheel drive championship for the year as well. And out front, Dave Smith and Roger Pedersen took their Ford Fiesta ST to their 2nd win for the year. Within our team, Glenn and Max had a better latter half of the rally in the VR4 and finished a solid 14th. Hugh and Karen had a trouble-free run and enjoyed the Experts and finished 20th. Despite a couple of punctures and a little bit of on-the-side action, Shane and Dermot finished their 2nd rally, taking rookie driver at Experts and finishing 23rd. Onto the outright state championship and the top 10. Dale Faulkner and Rachel Ferranti finished in 10th place in their WRX, a good end to the season. Shane Smith and Wayne Richardson brought their WRX to 9th. Despite that earlier overshoot, Ben Parad and Dean Farrelly brought their STI to 8th. The ever-hard charging pair of Tim Hiles and Morgan Ward repaired their Gramps Legacy RS from the damage at Safari and brought it home in 7th. Gary Whittle and Ryan Doe brought their WRX home in 6th. John O'Dowd and Tony Fever brought their Skoda Fabia R5 to 5th place. Pete Rullo and Jimmy Marquette brought their Hyundai i20 Rally 2 to 4th. Dylan King and Lee Tierney worked hard in their Evo 9 and took the podium spot in 3rd. 2nd place went to Alex Rullo and Ben Searcy and their Hyundai i20 Rally 2. And taking the win for the Experts Cup and also the championship for the year, Daniel Speedy Gonzalez and his co-driver Damon Nicoli in their Skoda Fabia R5. Righto, so that wraps up the 2023 rally season, but certainly not our videos. We've got plenty more to come, including finishing off the Forest Weapon. If you have been following that build, we're still going with that, and that will debut in 2024. We haven't got the calendar yet for next year, so we'll see. It's likely to be around April, so whilst, of course, we're building a new car, there's likely to be plenty of other cars being built and moving and shaking in the sport, people changing cars and co-drivers and drivers, etc., etc. So it'll be exciting to see how next season goes. Before I wrap this this one up, I would just like to say a thank you to everybody that's contributed this year, whether that be footage that we've got on rallies, or you know who you are. It's very, very much appreciated, and we do put credits at the end of the videos for that. And also to you, our viewers, people who have actually watched, liked, commented and subscribed. Thank you very much. I've had people come up to us at rallies in the service park and say hello and say, hey, been watching the videos and giving us great feedback. We've also had plenty of comments on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course YouTube as well. So thank you very much. That is all very much appreciated. Righto, time to wrap this one up. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the Experts Cup Rally and the entire season. It's been great to have you along for the ride, pardon the pun. Please like, it's very important for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe, and we'll catch you again soon. Cheers.